Hello everybody, welcome back to Tekkit, and today we are going to continue working with the Railcraft mod portion of Tekkit. I think I'm going to have some fun with this because there's a lot of neat little things in here, so we're gonna go through them together and figure them out. In the last episode, I had to go back. You remember I had to go back to the gold LLC, so I actually put a marker on it. You can see just how far away we are, 1457 blocks away. So it'll be a pretty good rail going that direction. And then also I brought back a bunch of different stuff. I brought back, I brought more overclockers because one of the machines weren't working when I was trying to take blaze rods out of it, and just all kinds of little things. I need to make more. I should be making. Oh yeah, I did. I was making more of this oil. Some of these items, the only thing is with some of these items, you can see here, this is the same one that I started last time. Look how slow it is. I don't see any way that you could boost this thing. There's nothing here. I checked on the wiki. I think this is the way to do it. So it's just really, really slow to do that. But what I did was I finished up. I made another set of these blast furnace bricks. So remember, we went 3 by 3 by 4, and we're going to leave 2 hollow places out on the inside here. So hopefully this works. All right, so there's a blast furnace. Now, because we're going to be doing high-speed rails, I'm pretty sure that the high-speed rails require steel to make the rails. So what we want to do is we want to get some iron, I believe. Let's take some iron, and then we need some of this Coca-Cola, and let's try this out. So we put the Coke in here and the iron in here. Is this going to be one of those really long ones too? Actually, no, it's a lot faster, but the problem is we're going to go through this coal coke so fast that that's going to hold us up. So let's see. Let's make sure this makes a steel. Okay, so a steel ingot. So we'll sit here and we'll let this blast furnace make us steel ingots. We'll let the coke oven convert coal into the coal coke and creosote oil. We also want to make, let's go ahead and make some stuff up here. So I made some track already. I need to make, all right, I've got concrete blocks. One thing I need to make is I want to make some, what are they called? They're called stone posts, I believe. Let me look here. Stone. Yeah, this thing. We want to make some stone posts because in conjunction with the concrete, these things will end up making a really cool looking support system for the track. So 3 rebar and 6 stone should be able to make that. Let's see how much this will yield us here. So 3 rebars like this, and then 6 stone like this. Okay, so that's 8 each. How much will this give us? There's a 64. Another 64. We're gonna need a lot of these is the thing. I don't know, that's gonna unbalance our rebar, I think. There's 4, 4, and 4. 1, 2, and 3. There's perfect. All right, give us some more stone here. Some more stone would make it easier to use 2 of these guys like this. All right. Make a bunch of that. So that's a fair amount to start with. That's a good amount. We can start with these stone posts here, and then so we got our blocks of concrete. We'll put our stone post next to our concrete as finished items. Now, as far as the post, the metal posts that I was making, remember I said I wanted to do gray to match this? I decided I'm thinking about this. What if we do it like this? Because we're going to the gold LLC, right? Why don't we make yellow, which we'll say it's gold. We'll call it gold. Look at those yellow metal posts, so we can actually add some color to it. Look at that yellow post. Now it'll look like it's a gold lined, with the stone posts and the concrete blocks, it'll be gold lined. It'll be the gold line back to the LLC building. So I don't know if I can convert these gray ones back over. I may have messed those up. Maybe if not, I'll just use them somewhere else. Just line this all up. Put this in here. All right. I wonder if I can do this. Oh, it does. Nice. I can convert them. Sucker, I beat the system. I beat the system. Alright, 6 there, and 4. And, oops, no, not that. That, and that. There we go. Perfect. Perfection, my friends. Now we have got a ton of stuff to work with here. So we've got yellow posts. We've got stone posts, we've got concrete blocks. Now, the reason why I'm using this stuff, the concrete, I'm pretty sure these are all part of Railcraft, right? That's why I'm using it in conjunction with the rails. I don't want to just use regular, like, stone blocks or anything like that, even though it doesn't really look that different. And it's obviously, you have to make them out of rebar and stone. The idea is that I'm using the Railcraft stuff, so one other thing that we need to make in regards to the Railcraft is the tool that it requires, and it's a crowbar, it said. Crowbar. So we got 3 iron ingots and 4 rose reds. So let's get ourselves some more iron. I think I had iron in there already, but I'm going to have to use so much iron over here, it probably won't hurt just to continue to take some. Yeah, I had a bunch of iron in here. So that was 3 of these, right? And it was 4 rose reds. There we go. Makes a crowbar. Now that's going to be, this is our tool to work with. I think it's even used to break this stuff instead of a pick. I'm pretty sure. We'll test that out. We'll test that out with the crowbar. So we've got ourselves a crowbar. We are cooking up. See, I'm already out of the coal coke. We got to figure out a faster way to make this coal coke, because this one's quick. This one, not so much. I guess we can take this oil out too and put it in here. Add it to this part. Okay, so now we need to make, let's go ahead and make some more, what do we have in here? Let's make some more of this. I didn't bring the, oops, creosote oil. Let's bring this in. We need to make these wooden ties. And I'm out of oil already. Okay, that's 20. We're going to make some more. Alright. There we go. So that gives us 41 of these. Now these actually do a couple different things. You can put one in there like that, and it creates some of these wooden posts, which I want to use these too for some stuff. But this is also wooden ties, wooden ties. One wooden tie makes 4 wooden posts, and then when you do it like this, it makes the rail bed. Now that says stone rail bed, but there's actually another. To make stone rail bed, there's another recipe in here. I don't know if that's just mislabeled. Stone rail bed. See how they're both labeled stone rail bed, stone rail bed? They actually have 2 different numbers. That looks like wood, and this one is stone. And the stone one requires stone ties, which is a piece of rebar and stone slabs. So this here is required for the high-speed track. So we're going to be making some of that as well. Like this, right? It was this. Let's see, let's grab some rebar. See if this makes it. Yeah, see, stone tie. Oh, stone tie, wooden tie. But when it's done, it calls it the same as far as the rail bed goes. All right, so we got some of those made up. Let's move this over. Keep those next to each other, and these next to each other, like that. Okay. All right. So we have got. I've got yellow I'll take some. I'm gonna take some stuff with me now. Let's go have a look at like what we can do here. So we've got concrete. We got the stone posts. We've got the yellow posts. We got our crowbar. We don't need the rose red right now. And my thing reorganized itself for some reason. Put the creosote oil back in there, and we will put these ties right there like that. Okay, what else might we need? The rails. These guys. We'll bring some of these along. That should be it for us to kind of go take a look and get started on this thing here. Let's see here. There we go. All right, let's run over here and jump. Jump. Run, jump. Woo! All right, so you can see I just finished the shell of the rail station here. Now, again, I don't know if this is going to be big enough. I may have to bump this side out for some kind of cart dispensing area. But what we're going to work on right now is how we're going to actually do this. I'm thinking about using concrete as the main piece like this, right? And then probably about right here we'll start stepping up. And I want to go... we're going to have to figure out exactly how high we want to go with this. Like what would a natural height off the ground would be to be able to walk underneath. We could walk underneath it there. I think that maybe we'll go one more off the ground like this. That might be pretty cool looking up there. It'll look a little bit better up in the air like that. All right, let's get rid of the dirt. Now, so this is concrete blocks, right? Let's see if we can break one with this. Okay, so that's not working so good. You can see it's slowly trying to break. Let's try it with this. Oh, that worked good. Alright, so we can use this still. And that is still a concrete block, yep. Alright, so we can use our Morning Star. Can you use this? Oh yeah, you can. So you can use this crowbar. I mean, you don't... as long as you can use one of your regular tools, there's no reason to use another type of tool. Alright, so... what are we doing here? Let's lay some rail down and see what this starts to look like. We'll just start right about here. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to change this because I'm going to be adding different booster tracks and things like that. But I want to lay the railing out. So we got some rail down. Now, I want to work with this stuff here. Probably like this. Okay, so if we line the sides of this like that. That's pretty cool looking. I do like that. Now it's going to take a lot of resources up, but again, we're out to make like a really strong looking track here. You know, we want it to be super strong. We don't want it to, you know, because if this is going to be, this is a high speed rail here. So I like that. I like the look of that. It's kind of bulky. Now, what about putting... what about if we put one more block out here in certain areas? Like we'd make this actually 5 wide, and then we'd go maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in between. Put one right here. All right. Now, what it's going to look different though when we get off the ground. Look at that. See, so these metal posts actually connect. They work good on top of these concrete posts. So I like the way that looks. I'm really liking it. This is the gold line. Look at that, and it ties in right there. That's cool. Now, can we put one on top of this? We can't. Oh, we can. Nice, nice. Look at how it ties in together. That's going to work out really good. You see how that ties? It ties in together right there. So that's good. And that's why, again, if something is part of a certain mod, like this is part of Railcraft, of course they should tie in together. Now, when this gets up in the air, you can see what I'm looking at here. These will be pillars, right? Right now, it looks funny because they're just flat. So if we go Let's go, what do we go, five in between? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to go 5 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in between, and then we'll go up to here, to the height of this. We're going to see what this is going to look like. I think it's going to look pretty good, to be honest with you guys. We're going to run our little stone posts in between, just like this. Alright. Okay, that looks good. And we're going to put our gold like that. We're out of gold posts. And then possibly down here we could take some, we don't need to use concrete at this point, but I do probably want to use stone, so let me go run back over here and run and jump over. Whoa, over jumped. Alright, so I need some more, need a couple more of these. We're good on that. Well, what did I come back to get? Oh, stone. Stone. We'll end up making like a base. We may end up going higher. Now, when I went back this way, it actually goes right through a huge jungle. So either we're going to go higher in the air, or we're going to have to burrow down underneath. And there, I read that there's a tunneling machine that you can do. So we're going to look into the tunneling machine as well. Let's see what this looks like. I'm just laying this track on here temporarily. It's going to come back off. So I think that looks really good. I think that's looking really good. You guys get away from my train set. Get out of here. And then, like I said, around this base here, we'll go 1 block around, possibly like this. And we'll put stone down, right, to make a base for it. Almost looks like legit, like, you know, that's a real world thing. You have a foundation poured. We don't want grass in the middle. Looks like you have a foundation poured. Now, possibly this area here we could use, I wonder how this would look. Where's our concrete? We use concrete blocks coming down. Kind of experimenting here to see if I can get the look that I want. Put these here. That looks pretty good for like a support structure. Now, I only went every 5, but because that uses so much materials right there, and we're using, you know, we're using reinforced concrete, we'll probably span this maybe every, I don't know, 20 blocks or so, or whatever. Once I figure out how far apart the boosters have to be, if you have to use boosters, I'll put them as far as you need the boosters. And then we'll set it up that way. That probably would look pretty cool. Now, we may be able to save a little bit on this, actually building the foundation up. Can you break these things real easy? Now, look at this. So these things you can't break that easy. That has taken a lot to break that thing. Wonder if the crowbar breaks them quicker. Oh, yeah. Oh, did it disappear? Ooh, so you want to be careful. The crowbar actually breaks it, but you want to be careful. I don't know if that disappeared or if it actually went in my inventory. So I've got 24 right now. Let's see if it does. We need to know that. So that's 24. Oh, no, it came back. It came back. 24. There we go. So and then we'll figure out a lighting configuration for it. But can you just picture this? Like that? You know, the other thing I was thinking about to kind of give it a cool... Well, look at the track. It kind of goes crooked when it goes up like that. To give this thing like an authentic feel, we may run... Did I bring any of those? We may run some of these... These posts. Wait till you see what these... the wooden posts actually can make. Let me put this stuff back for now. I gotta stay as organized as I can with this stuff, because it can get a bit confusing. There's all kinds of different things. And then I should be able to just take my crowbar and let my talisman of repair it. Okay, good. It does repair it. Alright, oh, they're in here. So these guys here, right? If we take this Let's go ahead and make a bunch of these wooden posts right now. Let's make a stack of 64 of them. Now wait till you see what these things look like. My idea was, because to me they look like a, whoa, do you see that lightning strike over there? They look like telephone posts, like old school telephone poles, and we could run them off of these things here, like this. We need to go up high enough to where we're clear of the tracks. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe go up 5 with it. But look at this. On the sides, they end up looking like the old school telephone posts. Hey, what is this? Like a freaking dance party here? Get out of here. I'm building. I need it to turn daylight so you guys can see this. But like that would be at that height. And this is obviously starting to drape down toward the building. So this one would be lower. But at this point, they would go farther. But look at that. They kind of look like, can you see those with that backdrop? And they kind of look like old school telephone poles. So it might add kind of a cool touch to it. We could run, there's some wire that I bet you we could. I wonder if, I don't think you couldn't run this. We'd have to look into the wiring, which wire. I mean, you could definitely run the glass fiber cable, because you can connect those to each other. Let's see. Where did that go? Connected to that, but we need it above it. I guess we could do it like that. If we wanted to carry like power, that looks kind of goofy, but it does see that it's attaching right there. But we could carry power across it, but I don't know. I don't know if I like the way that looks. Well, I mean, as a matter of fact, I know that I don't like the way that looks right there. But the idea is basically to simulate telephone poles. If we actually use them or not, it doesn't really matter. It's just the look that I'm going for with that. I think it looks pretty cool, though. I think it looks really cool, to be honest with you guys. So that's kind of like the beginning of this rail track here. I am liking the way it looks. And then we can obviously do some kind of custom stuff to it when we come to maybe, like up here, we're going to come to some water. We want to make sure that we'll span the water. And then up here, it was like 626, right about here is where we're going to cross this. So just before we cross this thing, didn't I have like a special, what was the... I thought there was something special I could do with this to catch this thing on fire. Maybe not. I'm just going to take it down for now. Achievement, getting wood. You got wood. Well, then give me the wood. So like right here, we'll build a nice big, like a bigger, this wouldn't be one of the standard support structures. This would be a bigger support structure that would go across. And if we need to put one here, we would kind of make like it looks at the Golden Gate Bridge. You'd make a nice support structure in the water, then from there we would come up. So, I don't know, I think it's going to turn out really good. Hey, there's an apple. Delicious. Delicious apples. Let's do a flyby on these fools. Get out of here. You too. So what do you guys think of that? Do you think that's going to look pretty good? I do. I mean, obviously we're going to get a better idea as we probably will work it out that way. But before I do that, I need to find out. Let's look at this real quick. Then I need to find out on these. I think it's capital H. I think they use a capital H. Oh, there they were. Okay, so we have high-speed track right here, right? So we're going to have to make high-speed rail, which is, here it is. The steel is used right here, along with blaze powder and gold. So we're going to have high-speed track. This right here, the booster track. I need to find out how far apart these booster tracks need to be. And depending on how far apart these need to be, is probably where we'll put the support structures. Hopefully they're like 20 blocks or less, or right in that area. Or if they're like 30, we can make them 20 if we want. So these will be like our boosters for the high-speed track. Then we'll have these transition tracks. The transition tracks we're going to want at each end, right? So right here, we're going to start with a traditional track. And then once we come up to about here, we'll go with transition tracks. And that transition track will then transition into a high-speed rail, and boom, we go high speed. When we get to the other end, we'll do a transition track, or just like coming back here, it'll hit the transition, which will slow us down. And then we'll hit the regular rail, and we'll go right on down in here and stop. Because if you come into areas like this without transitioning and slowing yourself down, I believe it explodes. I think the cart, everything explodes, and you're just sitting there going, boom! And you know, what are you supposed to do with that? Woo! You're supposed to jump around. Now you can really see what those telephone poles will look like. I think it might add, you know, a cool look to it. We'll experiment with it. So, all right, I think we're pretty good here. What I'm gonna do is, obviously, I showed the recipes for how to make the track. Before we go, let's do one of these. Not a high speed. You know, we can build a high speed track if we have steel. How much steel do we have? 17. We have enough steel. I got to keep checking on this. Got 7 of those. Oops! I just threw my sword out. All right, so we should have. Let's see. Give me 2 of those for now, and then I have gold. So I don't think that it required. It's just oh, it is in the rolling machine. Okay, so that's cool. Now we know. But we need to make the blaze powders first. All right, we got blaze powders. So let's see. 3 of these in the rolling machine, 3 blaze powders, and 3 gold. Makes a high-speed rail. Okay, so there we're gonna make a high-speed rail, but we also need to make advanced rail. This guy. So same idea, standard rail, redstone, and gold. So we have some standard rail over here, I believe. Yes, we do. Standard rail. And we have some redstone. So we'll put 3 standard rails, 3 redstone, and 3 gold. Gives us advanced rail. So if you look at them, this yellow is a little thicker on this one. This one's a little thinner. So you're going to have to make sure when you're working with these things that you check what the pop-up word is instead of just relying on what it looks like, because they are really close. But one's an advanced rail used for the power boosters and different stuff for the normal rail system, and obviously high-speed rail is going to be used for our high-speed stuff. So I will make up. You know, I'm going to make up a bunch of concrete blocks. I'll make up a bunch of stone posts, a bunch of the metal posts. I'm going to get a lot of the materials we need together to build this thing. Make up a bunch of track, get some advanced track. We'll lay down some high speed, get some, oh, mouse fail, where am I? Get some high speed track made, the booster tracks, the transition tracks, and I'll find out exactly how far apart those boosters need to be. Because the other reason why is we're going to have redstone there, probably to power those boosters. Therefore, we'll put some kind of lamp. We'll make a lamp in that area and maybe hang the lamp off those telephone poles. We'll see what that looks like. So there's some pretty good ideas we got going here, and I'm really eager to get this thing going and see just how cool this high-speed track is. And then there's some other stuff we'll work with the tracks as well. But for now, I'll get this stuff going in here, and it's going to take a little bit of time though because of this stupid coke oven here is so slow. But not too bad. It only holds us up when we're making the steel over here. So, all right, guys. Appreciate you guys watching, supporting the series, and I will see you guys next time. Later.